Hi everyone, it is Just Be Audrey Lane. Make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Just Be Audrey Lane. Hit the bell so you can get the notifications of when I am on, and we will go and do it. So, I am actually multitasking today because I am not only with you guys here on YouTube, I am actually on my podcast as well, which is Just Be Audrey Lane as well. Remember, I am telling you guys that I am loving and living in who I am. And I am making everything that I have actually going to be Just Be Audrey Lane because I'm finding out that I am an amazing woman, an amazing person. I am of great purpose. I am so wonderfully made. So I am loving the fact that I am Audrey Lane. I just be Audrey Lane. Remember, I told you guys I would have like a struggle some time ago of actually who am I? Like trying to fit a mold. And I love the fact that I don't have to do that. I love the fact that I just get up and I just be Audrey Lane. You guys, I mean, I say it often to you guys, and it's true. I love just being Audrey Lane. Um, so today was wonderful as 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 it can be, and before my old self would have been like looking for like blood or something may no now I can fully say when you give it over to God and I have truly turned my life over to him, it doesn't shock me now that my days go so well. I truly just trust and keep everything in him. So it's like, okay, you know, my day went truly well. Like, to God be the glory. Because I tell you, when I get up in the morning, my feet hit the floor, and I say, thank you, Jesus, for waking me up. How can I be of service to you today? What is it you need me to do today? So, that is a wonderful thing because at the end of the day, I, I can say, thank you, God, for this wonderful day. So, I don't have um, what I would think of how I would put a name for the what I need to say today, other than I don't know. I have no clue. My talks that I had today were inspirational. Maybe it may be inspirational because I'm coming on here to inspire someone today. When I tell you that we are truly here for a purpose, you guys better know it. We have to know it. We are truly here for a purpose. Don't let nobody try to tell you you're not, and you had this crazy life, and you didn't did all of this. Know it, and know that you also are here for a perfect purpose. What you have done before that does not define you. And I have said this multiple times to you guys. I say it to myself all the time. You guys know I love the fact that I can come on here and be myself with you guys. But a lot of the reason of why I started this journey was for me to be just okay being Audrey Lane. It is okay for me to be me. I don't have to worry about, trying to fit this mold of wanting to, oh, they're talking about this, they're doing this here, so let me go over here and try to fit in to blend with them. Oh, they're doing this over here, let me fit in. No, I get to be who I am, finding out who I am. I fit perfectly in me. And that's what I do. I always suggest and always encourage you guys to find who you are, find what your name is, and just be that. God will do the rest for you. I mean, I tell you, it is so amazing for me to be able to come on and share this journey. And yes, I may talk about the same things over and over again. I love the fact that I talk, period. I am so grateful because this girl would not have talked the way that I talk now. You know, I love to be inspirational. I love to come on, let's get out here and celebrate one another. Start your YouTube channel. Start your YouTube channel. Start your journey in life. Start what it is. If you want to do your podcast, if you want to do your TikToks, if you want to do your Instagram stuff, go out there and be who you are. Be Discover who you are first. And this journey for me. I'm discovering who I am. And I love the fact that day by day, moment by moment, I get to say, you know what, I didn't even know I had this in me. Wow. I didn't know I like this. I do. Wow. I thought I like this and now I don't. You know, I'm open for learning things and growing and going forth. I cannot wait because, like I told you guys, I want to make sure that I set up where we can do not just for women but for men, for us to get out there and just talk and share our stories and inspire and celebrate one another. And I actually have some interviews that's going to be coming up, and I'm going to see how I can do it because I have my camera set up here, and then I have the podcast, and then I have you guys here on my phone. So I want to be able to do these interviews on love. My podcast, and even here with you guys, is going to be the same consistent thing. Remember, I told you guys I'm going to make sure I stay consistent. Consistency for me actually is a wonderful thing because it keeps me on track. I used to lose focus before, when now it's like, come on, stay focused, get in tune, and make sure you stay consistent. So I am going to start some interviews with people on love, life, and harmony. And that's kind of what everything is going to be and come full circle um, very soon. I love the fact that God has been telling me, okay, you have faith in me, and that's good. That's a wonderful thing. We can have faith in Him all we want. Now, go and work. Go and do the work. So this is what I've been doing. And I will tell you this. Remember I told you growth is uncomfortable. A lot of things have been uncomfortable. I was waiting for people to actually help me set up things. And God was like, no, you go forth and you do it. You do the work because He has me. And when I tell you, I literally came home from work and I instantly got into what I need to do to start setting up, my podcast, everything for, the social media stuff, my website and everything. And it's like, okay, this is difficult. However, I'm going to keep on being persistent and I'm going to keep on going forth because it's something that needs to be done. I truly do say I want God to really blow through me because I'm a vessel. We are all vessels. I, I was talking with one of I call him my brother, and him and I have like this connection that is like no other. And we were on the phone for about an hour, over an hour. I don't know. We were on the phone, and I love that I can connect with him because he's so inspirational. We have some stories in our past, but we don't let our past be something that keeps us hindered. First of all, hinder us, period. You have to keep on moving forward. Your past is a purpose. It is a purpose. Like, don't be ashamed of it. My story is going to touch someone and impact their lives, and that's what it's here for God to actually blow through me to them so that they can say, you know what, I can overcome. I can go here. I can go forth. Growth is going to hurt. However, this person did it. I can do it. I may not do it like they have, but I can grow. I can go forth. And how about this? In our process of growing, yes, it hurts because I always say we're sharpeners. We are out here to get sharpened. In this process for me right now of getting sharpened, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's rough. It is something because I'm not used to it. I never pushed forward like this before. I will always find either someone to do the work for me, or I would have Tell do the work, or find where I can get whoever wants to give me the work get distracted, so basically I don't have to do it. And this process for me of being sharpened is actually awesome, because not only is it sharpening me and giving me the process and procedures of everything that has to be done, it's also keeping me in the mind frame of you make sure now you go out and sharpen someone else. And I love it in a lot of ways because I'm growing. I'm growing. We gotta go out here and we gotta grow. Your story is your story. My story is my story. And now God has been speaking to me. When you all get up and tell it. When you all go out here and share it. Now I may not have put everything out all at one time. However, I am sharing everything. One day I'm gonna sit down and do my own interview of myself. And probably, I don't even know, maybe I should write stuff down for the interview so I can ask these questions. However, I probably more than likely will have somebody else interview me, because I think it would be more authentic. It would be more where I will be getting out, and instead of having these questions and then still have where I can kind of play on how I want to answer them. No, I want to be truly honest with myself so that I can get it all out. So I can go forth and grow. So I can actually impact and help someone here. You know, so I am going to try to set that up. And more than likely, I probably have Eli do it. You know, why not? You know, I've already explained a lot of my life to him, and I'll tell him like, hey, I want you put these questions and anything you have that you want to ask me out, because I was just telling him how I share with you guys, but I was telling him how he asked me how was I doing, and I could say, yo, bro, I'm really doing good. I'm not trying to sit up here and do it like how I did before when someone would ask me, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm doing good. But the inside, Audrey Lane was screaming out like, will you tell them that you are hurting? Will you tell them that you need help? Will you tell them, please help me? You know, now he asked me that and I laughed, and I had to tell him like, yo, I am doing so good. I cannot even explain how I feel. Like, man, I can't even explain it. How do you explain peace? I was telling him that I used to say it before, but actually to feel it is something new to me. It really is something new to me. I have never felt peace before. I I I knew it exists. I just didn't know how to get it. You know, so to actually sit and talk with him and truly say, "Yo, I'm good," was like amazing. It was amazing. So you guys have to really truly find out and ask the question, ask the questions to yourself of, who am I? Who am I? How do I see myself? What is it in me that I felt I lacked before? What is it that I may have put on the back burner? What is the strength that I have? What is a weakness that I have? And how do I go about changing? And then once you get that out, Start putting on, how do I correct these things? How do I open up my mouth? Because even though you would think opening up your mouth will be where you are genuinely asking for help, sometimes it may not be. We have to genuinely go out there and ask someone and say, hey, I need help in this area. Put anything, like fears and the doubts and the insecurities. First of all, they are liars. They will get us so caught up in some stuff that we won't go out there and do. We be feeling like, oh no, I'm good, I got it. No, stop lying to ourselves. We got to stop it and really open up our mouths and say, hey, I need help. And even after I ask you for help, I need you to show me. I need you to give me some, give me a map. Give me some plans on what to do. And I need you to work with me on this. Because this may be difficult for me. I've never done this before. And that's what I've been out here doing. That's exactly what I've been going forth in with. Not only am I asking you for help, I'm going to actually do it on your time frame, because I can't ask somebody to, even though I go to work, all right, you're off of work. I would like to know, when can you fit me in your schedule? Because I'm going to pencil it down in my book and I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up because that's what it is for me. This is schooling. So yes, it may not be during a school time of an 8 to 5 or 8 to 4. It's school time whenever this person tells me, hey, I can fit you in this time slot. Yep, I'm calling you. I'm going to be there. And how about, I was just talking about, I need to get my butt on time. I'm going to be on time. Because there's so much I need to know. So many places of where I'm trying to go and grow. Well, grow and go. And I really need to be consistent and active in my actions. Not just in the words, in my actions. So we have to make sure we get up there and get out of our own ways, get out of our heads of saying, oh, I'm not used to it, they're going to be judging me. They won't judge you. A lot of the times we already put a judgment in ourselves, and we have to say, not today, not today. Audrey Lane, you aren't doing this. You're going to go forth. You're going to grow. Yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but you're going to go. Get yourself up. Get out this door. Open up your mouth and go. Jesus. Oof. I cannot explain to you guys how, and I keep saying it to you, how I'm here. I cannot explain it to you how I am here. I was all over the place. Some years ago, definitely after my mother had passed, I was like I told you all the story of, I thought I was going to ride my mother's coattail to heaven. Because my mother was a servant. She was definitely a vessel and a servant for God. I mean, no matter what, she was. So I was like, I can get dressed, I can put on all this niceness stuff and, go fit the facade of a Christian, when I really was a fiction. I was a fiction. I had the facade of a Christian, going out there like I was put together, when I really wasn't. It was like, let me dangle this over you and fool you. I really wasn't fooling people. If I look back at it now, I really wasn't fooling anyone. Because if I couldn't really fool myself, I know I wasn't fooling someone who definitely has God down into the crevice of their feet. They seen it. They just probably didn't not probably. They did not call me out on it. They didn't call me out on it. So I have to be like, I can't ride Cheryl's coattail to heaven. She's already there. I guarantee you. She's already there. I had to go out and get my own personal relationship with God. I never had it before. I thought I did. He knows me. He knew my name. He knew everything and all about me. However, I still was having like the issues of trust. Not that he's ever done anything to me. I can't even tell you where the trust issues actually begin. However, they did. And maybe it was me in my head. I had some incidences, but I can say God was still there in it. So I can't say that, oh, it wasn't me not trusting him. I really, in my head, used the fact of trust issues with human form people that I was like, okay, maybe it's not me trusting God. However, I really want to say it was more so along the lines of the fact that I will go off of, I can't see him here. He's not here in a physical form, so I can't trust it. And not it, him. The it of it, of the fact of that person, that I couldn't trust. Well, he ain't do anything to me. He's not doing anything to us. A lot of the times we put it in our own heads of things. I know for myself I was. I literally had to tell myself, girl, bye, get out of the way. Get out of your own way. And lately I haven't been having to do that because I literally have just been making sure I communicate with him. So even with my mom passing, um, I, I I explained to you guys that I went into a heavy depression and went into popping pills, drinking, and smoking weed like it was nothing. Like it was nothing, you know. And I look back now over it, and like I said before, I do not regret my past because if I did not go through these things, I don't think I will be where I am today. I don't think I will be where I can fully say, Audrey Lane, trust this guy. I trust him so much. I would not be here if I didn't go through my past. My past, was a purpose. There you go. Thank you, Jesus. My past was a purpose. So even though it may make no sense to some people, it makes true sense to me because my past of the popping the pills, the drinking, the smoking, literally has me now where I am in purpose for God. And it suits me great for me to actually acknowledge it and not run and hide from it. Now I'm like, okay, God, it's out there. I have done this and I am ready to go forth. First of all, I had to have a talk with him and apologize to him. Like, God, thank you so much that you spared my life. Because I told you guys how I had, where I had blacked out. Thank God that he made my daughter stay home from school that day. That she was able to stay home from school that day. I had that whole episode in the tub where I literally blacked out and I went to hell. I mean, the smell of it and everything, like I cannot explain it. Like I said, no amount of what you see on TV can explain what I saw. And just, I remember standing on, not going in, standing on the threshold, the door, outside of it. And I remember a hand on my right shoulder, but like this. So if you can see it, it was like this. So Jesus' right hand was literally on my right shoulder. And I just remember, the faces like no other. They were the human form of it, but they had like these zigzag mouths. And I could remember communicating through the eyes of, I want to say it may have been a female or not, but it was a person. And just our eyes locked. And I would say a female, she just gave me this look like, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. And it was crazy because just that fast of it, I remember coming back. And I remember my daughter, Jesus, sitting on the side of the tub because she was actually sitting on the toilet. And I remember just having this attitude with her and anybody. Because when you in that addiction form, you have an attitude. You just want to be left alone so you can go. And now that I look at it, do what? What was I doing? I was being selfish. I was, being a fool, being in my own head and not caring about what was going on around me, not really caring about life. So for me to have that attitude with her, she ain't do anything. She didn't do not one thing but care. So I truly do love that moment because it made me recognize that Jesus had spared me for a moment, for not just a moment, for life. He spared my life for life. And the fact that my daughter was there when I got up, I tell you, it was like nothing like no other. I instantly got up and came into my room, and I went and laid down, and I remember like laying on the bed and blacking out again. And you would have thought Audrey Lane would have learned her lesson. No, I didn't. So that night, that same exact night, I remember, because when you're in addict mindset and addict, thinking, you go right back into what you know. This is what you know. So that's what I'll be telling us, guys. We got to get out of the mindset of misery and hurt and pain, because sometimes we don't even realize that we go back into that comfort zone. However, I seen it, and thank God that he stepped in. He stepped in, because I do remember crying on my bed of, I just did not know what to do. I did not know what to do about how to come up out of it. Because a lot of the times when I was drinking and smoking and popping the pills, the inside Audrey Lane was saying, what are you doing? I really did want to reach out to people and say, I need help then. However, I just did not know how to do it. And a lot of it was the pride of people then wanting to tell me to do something. And then more so, I felt like people were judging me. It was something for me. We have to make sure that we get out of our ways, and especially when we're coming up and we come out of addiction, don't let yourself say that you will always be that. For me, I don't believe that's true. I truly have given my addiction problems to God. Now, I do stay in my head. I don't go around to drinking. I don't go around to smoking. I have where it happens around us, guys. However, we have to be aware where we can be. We have to be aware of where we can be. So that night, I go, because in that usual behavior, I go to drink, smoke, and pop a pill. And I promise you, something that should have put me down did not affect me at all. At all. Something that I've taken before had not did a thing to me. And that's when I knew, you got to get rid of this stuff. Because it was like, how many more times will God step in and save me? I can't take that for granted. So I flushed them down the toilet. Excuse me. However, I want to say possibly almost a year later, I got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and um, I end up, because you be having that mindset of, oh, I am in so much pain, because multiple sclerosis, I tell you guys, it is something. It is, whew, I can't even explain how it can be. You can be always feeling like this tightness, this pain, like your veins is being squished and suffocated at times. I have, like, I can tell when I have a new lesion, because I can literally feel it in my neck, in my back. It is crazy. But when I got diagnosed, to avoid being on the pills, because when I tell you, 15 pills a day, 15 pills a day. So I was like, oh, I can do the medical marijuana, because I can, do that. I'm used to smoking. I know what that's like. However, God was like, no, you don't need that. You don't need that. And I knew that it was something that I had to change, because when he told me I didn't need it, then it became a want. And when you want something, especially something that doesn't have a purpose of life and going forth, and being a good thing, I knew I had to stop, because that was a want. And that want would be a want of destruction. It would be a want of actually destroying. Same thing. Destruction, destroying. So I had to stop, because they will prescribe you stuff and keep on prescribing you stuff, and move on to the next prescription. And then it was so funny, because in the midst of all of this, I never knew what multiple sclerosis was at all. I couldn't even have told you what it was. When my doctor, because I went to the hospital, couldn't figure out why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. I went to the hospital, and my primary care doctor said, I think she has MS. I never knew what it was. So in my head, I'm thinking muscle spasms. No. So when I get to the hospital and they say it again to me, I did not know what it was. And it was so weird, because the doctors all around me are talking around the issues, all like a huddle of them. And I'm on the bed like, excuse me, hello, can you let me know what this is, and what it's all about, and how do we cure this? It's not curable. However, I thank God, and God be to the glory, because I have not been having these weird things. Now, do I have pain? Yes. Do I have where my body is doing whatever it is? Yes. However, I keep moving forth and going, because it's to the point to me, multiple sclerosis, what? Like what? So I have to be mindful of not taking that stuff, because I don't want to go into addiction. I thank God. I don't want that for my life. And we shouldn't want that for our lives at all. So if something was to happen to you, I would suggest you definitely talking with not only a doctor, but your pastors, because they can help you. And get yourself a therapist. There is nothing wrong with going to therapy. I thought, but for so long against it. But now, when I tell you therapy for me is like my best thing, don't interrupt me during this time on Monday because I'm not answering my phone. I'm on with my therapist, and him and I bust it up. We bust it up on me. That is one of the one things other than being on here with you guys that Audrey Lane gets to talk about Audrey Lane in outside of with you guys where I'm just talking and you guys have not been able to respond yet. I get to get a good response from somebody who give me great instructions. And I love that. There is nothing wrong with therapy. If you gotta get yourself in therapy, go ahead and do it. I truly say it. It will change you. It will change you. You know, there is where I always do the thing of take it to Jesus. But Jesus made doctors. You know, he made them for a reason. Let's utilize them. You know, I do not regret my past because my past literally was a purpose for progress, for God to use me. Like this, your past will reach someone, and all you got to do is say thank you, God. Like, thank you, God, because if it just reaches the one soul for God to go in and blow through them, you have served the purpose. First of all, it's going to reach more than one because it starts with you. So he blew through you for you to then go and your story touch someone else that he's going to blow through. So it has at least did the two. And that's a great thing. We have to learn from ourselves, learn from our behaviors that we did. When I see things coming up that I would say, oh, no, I'm not supposed to be here. Nope, I'm not supposed to be in this kind of group. Nope. I literally love the fact that I went from being in a whole bunch of groups because I was trying to fit in and act like I was doing something. I wasn't doing anything. I love the fact that God literally set me down and had me where it was just him and I. Him and I. And I get to it because in a funny, weird way, because me and my bro was talking today and he said something to me that I just had to bust out laughing about because at my church I have a corner. I said I yeah, this corner I go to, and God and I are in tune with one another. I'm in line with him, and I love my corner. And I can't remember how I literally got on the subject of it with him, but I was saying about, you know, I cannot remember, but we got onto it somehow, and I just started talking about it. And he was like, "Yo, do you believe I done had, you know, some people come and visit the church, and they was like, yo, that girl that be standing over there in the corner, she be getting it in, you be over there praise dancing and everything." And it just made me laugh because I had to say to God be the glory, because that corner, we connect. You know, like I said, if the church, if that has to be painted right there, my forehead be at the daggone corner, like literally, like I told you guys, the corner, like, you know, when you was younger, your parents sent you to the corner for you to have time for you to go think about what you did and where you need to improve and how you're going to go about it differently the next time. And you need to be quiet. You need time to yourself. That's my corner. That's my corner. Literally, I go to that corner for God and I to just sit there and we bust it up. And I thank you. He's a multitasker because not only is he speaking to me in there, he's still coming through whoever is up there preaching and everyone that's probably sitting down in the seat. Not probably, but that's sitting down in the seat. Thank you. He can multitask. Because I literally go there and I have my time with him. And like how I am now in my corner. This is my corner that I come to. You know, I do a lot of things in the corner, and I do a lot of things of growing and going forth. This growing process for me is something I would have never done this before. I would have never thought that this was possible for me. You know, I love it. I love the fact that I get to continue on and go forth. Like, and this is just the tip of the cherry stem for me, that I am able to speak out. When I tell you guys, get on, you know, let's use social media for great, for goodness. Because just like it's a lot of people that may go on for the craziness, there are a lot of people that come on to be inspired, to learn, to grow, to build business, to have a different mindset, to figure out who they are, but not figure out who they are, but more so find who they are. Because there's a difference between trying to figure it out and find who you are. For me, figuring out is trying to fit a mold of someone else. Whereas find who I am is, who are you inside? Who are you inside, Audrey Elaine? What do you like? What do you not like? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to get rid of? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Because when I say who do you want to be, do you want to be someone who is a purpose, or do you want to be someone that's just sitting around doing nothing? Like I said, do you want to be a spectator or a participator? I don't want to be a spectator. I want to be a participator. I want to go out there and celebrate myself, celebrate you, celebrate them, celebrate all, celebrate the next one. You all know what's going on right now for me with my divorce and everything. And I truly can say it serves a purpose, that I'm not bitter. I'm not um, resentful. Last year, I could not get it together. I was trying to figure a lot of things out. My head was all over the place. I was crazy. I was trying to accommodate my husband. I was trying to figure out, like, you know, what can I do for him to be loyal to me again? What can I do for me to get my act together? Where did I go wrong? You know, I was just trying to be someone I wasn't. And I love the fact now that Audrey Lane gets to be Audrey Lane. You know, our marriage is whatever. I I I still honor my vows. I still make sure what I have to do, I serve and do it well, because he's the human part of who I took the vow with. However, I have to honor my vow with God, because that's who I took my vows with. I took it with him. My husband is just a human form of who I had to take it with. Not had, but who I did take it with. So I try to make sure that in life, and especially now, we cannot live in a bitter moment. We are here for a purpose. My marriage served a purpose. I have wonderful, wonderful children out of it. I had wonderful built relationships with them, because even though my past was crazy, it wasn't just crazy for me, it was crazy for them. And I love the fact now that I don't run from it, I don't hide from it, I grow in it. I grow from it. You know, and when I say grow in it, I grow in the communication with them. I grow in where I need to improve, and how do I go about doing it. It's a day-to-day process for us, but we're in it. We do it. So I love now the change. I love the progress. I love, is it like all peachy creamy ice cream? No, it's not. But it's a growth. And we all need to grow. We all need to go forward. You know, like I say, my divorce does not define me at all. Whatever you're going through does not define you. You're going to go and you're going to grow in it. It's going to be awesome for you. It's going to be awesome for us. You serve a purpose in everything it is that you're doing. You know, so we have to make sure we, this weight that we're in, and I was just breaking it down to my brother of the weight, WEIGHT. The weight is something. It can be heavy. It was heavy at one point. Excuse me. It was heavy at one point. However, it's not. It's lightweight. And then the weight, WAIT, is now weight. And I am enjoying the weight because God is doing something in this weight. I have to just continue to go forth in what it is He needs me to do. And the weight is not necessarily sitting still. The weight is I have to still get up and do the works in the faith. Because we all know faith without works is dead. So I am enjoying this being uncomfortable, but it's comfortable because I know it serves a purpose. I know it's where I can say, God, I didn't just sit around and have you do everything for me. First of all, he wants to see where we are. Where is your heart? In this low valley that I am in, he needs to see where I am going to rely and put my trust, and where am I going to do the work. So when he elevates me up, he knows that I'm going to stay consistent. He knows that I and you are going to stay in what we need to be doing. So we can't sit back and play the woe is me victim. We are not victims at all. Don't ever look at yourself as a victim, and don't you allow someone else to say you're a victim. Because one thing about our past, people love to hold that and keep us there. And let me reword that. Not keep us there. They only will recognize that. And a lot of the times I am finding out that's what they know, because they may have some issues of their own. And instead of actually dealing with theirs and asking God to help them with theirs, they will feel comfortable in your past because it helps them to lose the focus on how to help with theirs. So we have to make sure that we embrace our past and say, you want to know what? I am learning and growing, and God is doing a lot in it. And let me be the example that God needs me to be. Because maybe in the long run, our path, not maybe, our past serves a purpose to help people come up out of theirs. So the person who may be holding your past and want to keep on holding it, you live in the purpose that God has you living in and going forth in, because you're the showcase of what He needs you to do for them to get well and better. And how about this? Don't hold nothing over them. Don't hold anything over them. We gotta love. We gotta love. And trust me, it is hard. It is hard at times, but we gotta continue to love. We gotta continue to embrace. We gotta continue to be strong. We gotta continue to keep on going forward. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes we may not have where we may want to shed some tears. For me, my biggest thing is I didn't want to show emotions. If you had me cry, in my head, I was thinking some nasty, crazy things. And that ain't right. That's not right at all. That's not, it does not serve a purpose. It does not help you really evaluate and see things the right way, because I was holding on to hurt. So the fact that, I show emotions now is a wonderful, great thing. Me showing emotions and crying and doing all that stuff, let me tell you, it's so good. It is so good. I love the fact that I show emotions, because it literally helps me get out of what is going on, and literally be like, okay, Jesus, I need you to come on in. If something wants to, like, brew up and everything, I literally say, Jesus, no, help me, I need you. My mom used to always say, you guys know I always say it, lift your hands and say Jesus. So that's what I do. I lift my hands and say Jesus, or I say, Jesus, 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 come on in. Jesus, I need you now. And it moves mountains. It moves mountains for me. It can do the same for you. We are literally here for a reason. You better know it. God doesn't reveal it to you right then and there, but He does, a little bit at a time. We literally have to say, your will, not mine. Your will, not mine. We have to always make sure somebody out here is watching us. And literally, a song just came to me, what my mom used to always say, someone is praying for me. My mom used to always say that. And another one of her good songs is, This Is the Day. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. We have to say that to ourselves all the time if necessary. All the time if necessary. You don't have to worry about a thing. You don't. When I tell you God has you, and He literally is like, a lot of the times, I know for me, He was just literally probably sitting there like this. Okay, all right. He knew the time. Okay, all right. As He was working on someone else, or as He was still working on me, as He was still doing this. Okay, all right. It's this hour. Here she go. I got her. Yep. Because I literally surrendered. I literally had to say, God, please come in my life. And I mean it for sure this time. God, I mean it. Your will, not mine. And when I tell you the floodgates have been opening, I can't even explain it to you guys fully. I don't even know what's really happening to me. I don't even know what's really happening to me. I know it's a change. I know it's a change. I love it. It is amazing. And I am literally thanking Him in advance. And I'm sitting back too like this. Like, all right, any day. Come on. Not 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 rushing Him, but like, God, I'm gonna give you the glory. I'm gonna thank you in advance, because I already feel the shift. I already feel the shift. And it's amazing when you fully give it over to Him and trust Him. I said one of my things that I always call myself is an ant. And I literally just have been doing it. So when I say always, that always is now that I've been doing it. Calling myself an ant. Because for me, the breakdown is a necessary trust. One thing about ants, they always are working. They always are out. They're always, going to build up what they're going to, their food, and they're going up building up their homes, and they're building up, their families, and building up. Do the research and Google what an ant does. We are ants. We are ants. It's a necessary trust for us to trust God's process. He knows firsthand what's going to happen. He's not going to destroy us. He's not going to destroy us. So we had to make sure, more than anything, that we are really fully giving it to Him. When I tell you, Jesus, He moves mountains. You don't have to worry about anything. He is definitely moving mountains for you. And those who you may feel are roadblockers, they can't block nothing that he is in control. I just was talking about when I was living in the world, it was wide. I mean, I could find friends for days. I could always find somebody. We can go and do this. We can go and do that. When you turn your life over and give it to God, it literally, like I said, becomes a tightrope. And it becomes a tightrope because not many people need to be on there with you. Not many. No one needs to be on there with you. Literally, because you can only really look forward when you're on a tightrope. You can't turn around. You lose your balance. You stumble and fall. So that tightrope is a purpose for you to stay forward with God. Because when you're looking at Him, you don't have to worry about what's going on around. You don't have to worry about that. That's exactly why they say don't turn around. Don't turn back. You turn around, you're going to fall. You're going to be out. We can't turn back. Go forth. The growing process, trust me, is going to be something. I'm not sitting here like, oh, I got it made and this happens for me and all of this stuff. When I tell you, I literally give everything over to Him. I do. So I am actually about to come off with you guys. I love you guys so much. I appreciate you guys coming on and being a part of Just Be Audrey Elaine. I want you to go out there and start your channel. I definitely want to celebrate with you guys. I want to be in agreement that our lives are going forth and growing. That we are sharpeners. You know, I say we sharpeners. We sharpeners. We sharpeners. Not only do we go out and sharpen others, we're getting sharpens ourselves. So when we are getting sharpened, the best thing we can do is be of service and go out there and sharpen others. So let's go out there. Let's encourage one another. Let's love one another. You guys have a wonderful, blessed Tuesday, because it is still Tuesday evening, I believe. It may not be. I'm not fully sure. But I know when I started this, it was Tuesday, June 15, 2021. And you guys, stay in love. Stay in purpose. We got this. You know how I know we got it? Because we fully gave it over to God. And we're going to make sure He gets the glory. So you guys go out there and be vessels. Let Him blow through us. Let Him blow through us. You know, I always say this. You know, I love you. I love myself. And more importantly, I love God. So I will be back with you guys tomorrow. You go out there, have a wonderful, blessed Wednesday. And I'll be back on. You guys make sure you subscribe to Just Be Audrey Elaine. Hit that notification bell so you can know when I'm on. And let's go out there and love and embrace. Remember now, we are not victims. We are victorious. We got this. We're going to win. We're going to win. So I love you again. Have a good one. Bye now.